Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Drive-Thru. I'm your host, Tony T, as we broadcast live on Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube channel. We'll take you out of here well before the top of the hour, give you enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive-Thru, Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, as we give you live free sports picks from the primetime games. And to help us out, our professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a look at who'll be on the show for today. We got Trey will join us here, Trey Jordan. We got Damian Sosh in. Chris Ruffolo will serve as co-host, back from his day off. And, of course, holding that nice award there, #1 college football. Brian Bitler is with us. Jovan Burts.
That's my journalism award.
That's your journalism award. That's right, it was. Journalism was a star right there. Ninos making his debut on the Drive-Thru. You see him over there on the board, Ty Simmon. Welcome, Ty, to the show. All right, let's take a look at how they'll line up for today. We got Bitler, Sosh, Burts, Jordan, Simmon, Ruffolo, Ninos, and then I will close this one out. All right, Chris, ready for another week? Back fresh from your day off?
Absolutely. I'm fresh as a daisy. I feel good to go. I feel rejuvenated. I don't even think I need a break today. Well, good news, I don't even get one, so I think I'm ready to go.
No break today for Ruffolo. Let's get started here on the Drive-Thru. He bookends the show Mondays and Fridays here on the Drive-Thru. You hear him every day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time in the morning show. It's Brian Bitler. Brian, how's it going today?
I tell you what, I'm happy to be reunited with Ruffolo. I missed him on Friday. I'm glad he's back in the house for Monday. It's not a drive-through without Ruffolo, that's for sure. No, I love you, Tony T, but Ruffolo's he's awesome.
Yeah, I know. Ruffolo's the original puck dog, and he's got a puck parlay for us a little later in the show. So he's going awesome. Outside the box. So we got a good little payoff, but we got to wait for that. Let's get with Brian's pick for tonight. Phillies, the host of Brewers here. Philadelphia laying $1.10, total 8.5.
Yeah, this line really is trying to sucker guys into taking the Milwaukee Brewers, who are the better team and seemingly have the better starting pitcher tonight in Adrian Hauser. But Vince Velasquez, I believe, is on his last leg as a starting pitcher. He has 6.57 ERA. He needs to get it done tonight, or he might not even be in that rotation next time around. This is do or die time also for the Philadelphia Phillies after that last night's debacle. Where the Mets took him out on a questionable home run or non-home run call. Phillies 14-5 last 19 games as a home favorite. Take the Philadelphia Phillies on the money line tonight over the Milwaukee Brewers.
All right, Brian here on Velasquez. Phillies -110 against the Milwaukee Brewers. 7 Eastern Time, MLB extra innings pass. All right, Chris, what say you in this matchup here between the Brewers, Hauser, and Philly Velasquez?
I think, Brian, I might agree. This might be what we call a vacuum game because some people are going to get sucked in, and I think I might be one of those people because I was on the Brewers here just because I see 9-3 on the road this season, so where the Brewers tend to play their best. I think they have a bad taste in their mouth with how that the Dodgers kind of roughed them up yesterday on national television. So I was leaning Milwaukee's way here, but probably a game that I'd stay away from if you can help it.
All right, agreement here on Phillies -110 against Milwaukee Brewers, 7 Eastern Time, MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. Good board tonight. A lot of NBA, a lot of baseball, some hockey. What you have going on over at the site?
I'll tell you what, 25-16, the last 41 NBA premiums. And if you get my Monday night money shot 3-pack, you get 2 NBA best bets and my Major League Baseball best bet, all for $40 at pickdogs.com. Give your wallet a money shot tonight.
That's right. Give your wallet a money shot from Brian Bitler over at Pick Dogs. Maybe you see him. You'll find him up there on the site. Get this play for tonight. Of course, take those winnings from tonight's one-day pass and make the upgrade to the long-term pass. That's the best value. A 3, 7, 30-day pass will get you every play that Brian releases over at Pick Dogs Premium. You set the terms when you go to the site and you make the purchase. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Why don't you let everybody know about the YouTube Premium? I know there's been a change effective in May. There's a new package available.
Yeah, we got the YouTube Premium for $50. You get the morning, you get the early and the late premium picks from me, Mitch, Rod, all the guys. But they get for $100, you get the late VIP Steam show. You're going to get late information. We're going to give it the best picks on the board. You know, if we were able to add a pick at 5, 6 o'clock at night, you know, that's what you're going to get. We can't do that for site picks, but on a live show like that, subscribers are going to get right up to the minute information.
Up to the minute information, guys. Get that. Follow that link below here for that YouTube Premium, the late money, and of course the YouTube early and late premium show, $50 now. Check it out there on the site, and of course below here our write up here for the show. There's a link below. click that. All right, Brian, as always, great having the show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you on Friday, but we'll tune in tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with you, Mitch, and Rod Zawacki.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow morning, check all the guys out, but also stay tuned to drive-through for Ty Simmon coming up, making his debut, and also my buddy Damian Sosh. We got a loaded lineup tonight. Make sure you guys stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that. All right, Brian, have yourself a great evening. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-through. You talked about Damian Sosh. Let's bring in Damian right now. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Big Notre Dame fan. Of course, we're getting football getting in the spring here, but I know, Damian, we got baseball in mind. How you doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm off my load management. I had a minutes restriction there. It's good to be back on the show. Missed you guys.
I miss having you on the show. All right, you come aboard here. We got a change here right in the last minute.
Of course.
To host the Rays. Rays now up to $1.62, total 8. Pitching change, Ohtani out, Quintana in.
Yeah, that's definitely a big change. Coming into the game, we got two teams here, very similar records. Rays 14-15, Angels 13-13. But the Rays in this one have a very distinct advantage on the mound. Tyler Glasnow going against Jose Quintana. Quintana, as you mentioned, the last-second fill-in here for Ohtani. Quintana's just 0-2 in the season, a 10.13 ERA. He has a good career ERA, 3.78, but this season's really struggling. 18 hits in 13 innings, as I mentioned, an ERA over 10. Glasnow, meanwhile, the exact opposite. He's 3-1. He's pitched 37 2/3 innings. He's given up just 11 walks and struck out 56 batters in those 37 innings. Now, the Angels, they do lead the league in batting with the .262 batting average, but the Angels batters that are currently on their roster hit just 185 against Glasnow. The Rays aren't a great offensive club, but they do hit better on the road than they do at home. They hit just 210 at home. They're hitting 240 on the road. They average just 2.9 runs at home, and they're averaging 5.6 runs on the road. And now that Quintana's the pitcher, I like them to get even more runs in this game. They're not going to need much with Glasnow. Take the Rays on the run line in this game.
All right, Damon says go ahead and take the Rays on the run line, minus 1.5 runs. It looks like it's about minus 105 on the Rays side with that run line. All right, Chris, big pitching change here. Ohtani still stays in the lineup, though, as far as I can tell here in the DH role.
Yeah, I think the pitching change is the key to this whole matchup. And I think you could even argue that the price should be a little bit steeper with the Rays. I think Tony had it at, minus 165 or something like that. You could argue this could be a minus 200 game with the pitching edge. So I like the Rays on the run line as well. I might even look for minus 2.5, try to push it a little bit, get plus money out of it.
All right, agreement here with the Rays run line, minus 105 against the Angels. This one to start at 9:30 Eastern Time, MLB Extra Innings channel. All right, Damon, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. We got lots of baseball, got NBA, some hockey on the board. We see here past 3 days showing a good profit, approaching 300 units. What do you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Yeah, today we got 3 plays there on the board. 1 in Major League Baseball, 2 in the NBA. I'm starting to heat up in baseball here. 5-1 my last 6 selections. You can get all my plays individually over there on the site, or I have my Winner's Circle Pass. You can get all 3 of my plays for one low price. So check me out over there at Pick Dogs or Sports Tap Place.
All right, guys, get on board here with Damian Sosh over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's close to 300 units of profit. He's got his one-day pass tonight. Winners that get those winners tonight and make the upgrade to a long-term pass, 3, 7, and 30-day pass. We got a 2-for-1 capper special going on. You can match Damian with any other capper of your choice over at Pig Dogs, and for that low price, have good savings there when you go for 2-for-1 capper special. All right, Damian, as always, great having your show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks a lot, guys. Take care.
All right, everybody. Damian Sosh here on the drive-thru. All right, we'll continue on here with our coverage. And Chris, all right, let's take a look at our show here. To subscribe, guys, subscribe to our channel. I was going to say something funny, but I'll keep it rolling here. Free picks every single day. Of course, it all gets started here with the morning show at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with Mitch. Of course, we got Rod Zawacki, we got Brian Bitler, and of course, we got the YouTube shows as well, early and late. Of course, the Late Money show is debuting today. And of course, we're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And we always ask you guys, give us that thumbs up, that like. We greatly appreciate it. It really helps our audience.
Yeah, Tony, you can't just say, I was going to say something and not say it. But anyways, that's besides the point. Yeah, like Tony said, we really appreciate all the support, guys. It allows us to, give you guys, as much content as we do, whether it's the drive through the morning show. It's helped, give birth to the premium, to the YouTube Premium. It helps us know that what we're doing, that you guys like what we're doing, and it helps us get the product out there. So keep giving us those likes, those subscriptions. Helps us out a ton. I don't even know if you guys know how much it helps us. We really appreciate it.
We greatly appreciate it, guys. Keep those thumbs, those likes coming in. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time to welcome to the show Jovan Burts. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium, where he does fine work. Let's bring him in right now. Jovan, how's it going today?
Oh, man. Everything's going okay so far today. Had a rough weekend, but it's time to bounce back.
Let's bounce it back this weekend. All right, tonight, late night game, 10 Eastern time, NBA League Pass channel. Jazz to host the Spurs. We got the Jazz laying 7.5, total 220.5.
Yeah, so I'm on the Spurs in this one. Now I understand that it's the second night of a back-to-back and that they're going into Utah where it's high altitude. But I believe that Greg Popovich is going to have his guys ready. They're currently in the 10th seed, and they're sandwiched in between the Pelicans, which they're 2.5 games in front of, but they're a half a game behind Golden State, and they're a game behind the Grizzlies, which are all playing tonight. So this game is huge. And with the way they've been playing, they lost 3 straight, but all those games have been within 2 possessions. Now, they lost by 5, by 3, and by 2. 2 of those were overtime games, including last night. But I just believe that they're gonna show a grit to get the job done tonight against a Jazz team that's without Donovan Mitchell and Mike Conley, and they're 5-1 in their last 6 games against the spread. 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 road games versus a team with a home winning percentage over 600, and they're 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 on second night of a back-to-back. So it all shapes up for them to at least get a cover, if not win outright.
All right, Jovan here on the Spurs, plus 7.5 against the Utah Jazz. One thing here, that concerns me with this Spurs team, Chris, is the fact they've been on the road a lot. And you look at this, they went on the road for a 4-game trip. Then they have that horrible, I hate when they do this. They give a team a 1-game homestand. They come home, they have their game, then they got to pack up and go on the road again, which they're doing right here in this spot to start to open up another road trip. And, it gets even worse because when you look at that, the Spurs, 6 of their next 7 on the road. So it's been a lot of road games here for San Antonio. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it right off the bat. I agree with Jovan on this one. I like the Spurs as well for a bunch of different reasons. Let's push on the overall. They're also 7-1-1 against the number in their last 9. The Jazz 1-4 against the number in their last 5. But you look at last night's game against the Sixers. Tony, like you said, the Spurs at home now they have to go back on the road. But they only lost by 2 in overtime against a Sixer team that you could argue has been the better team over the course of the whole season. And not only that, but they only lost by 2 resting DeMar DeRozan and Jakob Poeltl. So those 2 guys are going to be rested for tonight's game. I think that's massive. Like Jovan said, there's going to be a lack of guard play once again for the Jazz. I like the Spurs with the points, and again, to have a shot to win this one outright.
Yeah, Spurs plus point. 3 of their past 4 games have gone into overtime as well here. So the Spurs here, can they hang plus 7.5 against the Utah Jazz? Chris agrees here, and this one's on NBA League Pass. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pig Dogs Premium. Tonight we got, lots of NBA. We've got some Major League Baseball as well on the board. What you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, like I said, I had a rough weekend, but it's Monday, so you know what that means. Time to get that bread with that money. But that Money Bag Monday 7-pack edition, bounce back edition. Now I got 4 Major League Baseball plays and 3 NBA plays. It's all there. Pick Dogs, Sports Chat place. Also match me with one of the guys on the 2-for-1 package, or you could jump on my 3-day, 7-day, or 30-day package that will bring you to getting that value. Get a quick return on your investment, and check me out.
Yeah, check out Jovan Burts over at Pig Dogs. We're going to get that big plays for Monday over at the site right now. Of course, take those winnings, make the upgrade to long-term pass. You'll find a 3, 7, and 30 all-sports pass over at Pig Dogs Premium from Jovan Burts there. You can also match them up with a 2-for-1 capper special, which is the best value there. Of course, when you get an all sports pass, you get every play that Jovan releases over at Big Dogs Premiums. You set the terms when you make that purchase at the site. All right, Jovan, as always, great having you on your site, on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you on Friday.
Absolutely. See y'all on Friday.
See you Friday. Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. Let's continue on here with our coverage. And now it's time to welcome in, let's see, where we go next. We go over to Trey Jordan. Next, you'll find him over there at Pick Dogs. Been one of the New York Cappers as well, looking at some hockey. Trey, how's it going?
It's going good. How y'all doing?
Yeah, going good, going great. All right, let's get going here. You're looking at the game tonight in the NHL between the, let's add it up the right first time. Flyers host the Penguins. Penguins big road favorites here, $1.75. The total sits here at 6.5.
Yeah, good little rivalry game got going tonight, but I'm looking at the total here. I'm taking the over. You got the backup goalies going, and Alex Leon and Casey DeSmith. Leon 0-3 this year, 4.2 goals against average, and the .850 save percentage. Over is 2-1 his last 3 starts. Casey DeSmith, I mean, he started good this year, but he's been struggling lately. He's going to be a little rusty. He hadn't played in about a week or two or a week and a half. So his last 4 road starts, 1-3, 4.25 goal against average, and .813 save percentage. And over is 4-0-1 his last 5 starts. So, yeah, I think both these goalies are going to be looking behind them, pulling that puck out back in the net tonight. Flyers 15-10 over-under record at home. Penguins 15-11 over-under record on the road. Penguins have the number 3 offense going against the last ranked defense in the NHL on the Flyers tonight. And all while that gives you a huge advantage for the Penguins, I wouldn't be so fast because the Flyers have, I think they've won the last 4 when they met up in Philadelphia. So I see them doing their part and helping us get over this total. Over 7-2 last 9 road games for the Penguins, and 4-1 the last 5 as a road favorite. Over is 11-3 the last 14 overall for the Flyers, and 5-2 last 7 home games. And like I said, when these two meet up, they score. So 6-1 is the over the last 7 meetings. So 90% money on the under. I'm going over here.
All right, Trey, going over here, Flyers and Penguins over 6.5. All right, Chris, we look at this one. The Penguins giving up over. Giving up, 3 goals a game here on the road. And, of course, over their past 5 games, the Flyers giving up nearly 4.5 goals a game.
Yeah, I think you could probably stretch that sample size for the Flyers out pretty much for the last couple months. This isn't the same team that finished with the top seed in the bubble last year. This is a shell of that Flyers team. They've been picking the puck out of the back of the net more often than not. And like Trey said, this is a battle of the backups tonight. I don't even think that would have mattered. These two teams like to score on each other no matter when they play. Like Trey said, 6-1 of the over, and that one was the last game. So they had covered the over in 6 straight before that. I like the over as well here.
All right, agreement here. Flyers, Penguins over 6.5 from Trey. This one starts at 7 Eastern time, NHL Center Ice package. All right, Trey, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs. Trey Jordan. Right now we've got NHL, lots of baseball and basketball from the NBA. What do you have going on over at the site?
I have a Moolah Monday 8-pack. You're going to want to get on that soon. Got a few games starting at about 30 minutes. Hop on that, or I think for about $30 more, you can get a 3-day pass. So do that, or get one of that 2-for-1 package deals, and pair me with my guy James Clark leading the NBA this year. We came in together, and or any of these cappers, one of the puck dogs. Mitch is high right now, and just. Ride us, and we're going to make you some money.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Trey Jordan over at Pig Dogs. For him to get those long-term passes there, or you want to try them out for that one-night pass, go for it. And, of course, make that upgrade to long-term with Trey Jordan over at Pig Dogs. For him, that 3, 7, and 30-day pass is available there. All right, Trey, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night. We'll talk next week.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, Trey Jordan here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Now we're going to welcome to the show, making his first appearance, Ty Simmon. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium, one of the newer cappers on the program. Ty, how's it going?
All right, how's it going with you guys tonight?
It's going great. His first show here, why don't you give us a little introduction about yourself, where you're from, and some of the sports you really like to handicap.
My name's Ty Simmon. I'm from the Reading, Philadelphia area. I really like to handicap most of all college football, NFL football, and I like a little bit of college basketball better, but I'm getting into NBA a little bit better this year. But college football, NFL football, my absolute favorite.
Awesome. All right, Ty, let's go. Your initial game here will be in the NBA. Hawks to host the Trailblazers, 8 Eastern Time, NBA League Pass Channel. Hawks laying 2.5. Total sits at 235.5.
Yeah, I love the Hawks tonight. They're absolutely a different team with Trae Young. They're getting healthy. This home stretch, they're trying to have a playoff positioning. Hawks are 19-7 last 26 home games overall. They're 13-3 against the spread in their last 16 home games as a home favorite, and they're 9-3 against the spread last 12 played on 1 day rest.
All right, Ty here going here with the Hawks laying 2.5 against the Portland Trailblazers. All right, Chris, looking at this, I know what really struck me is Portland's playing their second set of back-to-backs here on this road trip, and that is really tough this time of the year. And they don't have. I know they got a lot of players healthy. It's always a depth issue with them, especially this late in the season. I'm a little nervous here about how many games they play. I think they're playing like their 5th game in 7 days, which is a lot. And of course, you got an Atlanta team here with the rest advantage.
Absolutely, and what better way for me to welcome Ty to the drive-thru than to butt heads with him on his first night? I was just leaning towards Portland on this one, only because Tony, like we mentioned earlier, that 7 through 10 race, and Portland's on the cusp of that, on the edge of that lower end of the 7 through 10. So I think they sort of need this win more. Granted, Atlanta has been solid at home. I just think that maybe there's a little bit more health and depth for the Blazers right now. But again, the line's going to be tight the whole way. So I think it's going to be a 2 or 3 point game no matter which way you slice it.
All right, we got Chris Buttons. I like your play there, Tom. I like the Hawks in this one. I mentioned out why, because of the fact how many games this Portland team plays. I know they need it, but just because you need it doesn't mean you're always going to win. You got this issue with them, season-long defensive numbers. You hear a lot of this time. They need it. Why they need it? Well, they haven't. They're in this spot for a reason, because they haven't played well. All right, Ty, why don't you let everybody know what you have going on over at Pig Dogs Premium. Got a good night of action here from the NBA baseball and some hockey. What you have going on over the site?
All right, over at Pig Dogs Premium, I got 2 NBA, 1 MLB tonight. Always got the 3-pack going. Check me out.
That's right, guys. Check out Ty Simmon over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got his 1 day pass tonight. Pick it up and make that long-term upgrade here to a 3, 7, and 30 play. You'll get every play that Ty releases over at Pig Dogs Premium. For the length of time that you select there on the site, that 2-for-1 capper, you can add another capper with him, and you'll get a reduced rate. You want to add maybe Ninos, you want to Brian Bitler, Damian Sosh, add him up to his pack, make it a 2-for-1. All right, Ty, great having you on the show. Great performance on your first day, and we'll talk with you next week.
Thanks a lot.
All right, everybody, Ty Simmon here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on with our coverage. And, well, now it's time for Chris Ruffolo to come in with a parlay in the NHL tonight. We'll go ahead and we're going to go ahead and put up the games here that Chris will be giving out here, as we have to now push an extra button here to get to bring in the game information.
Make me feel even worse about it, Tony. Jeez.
All right, we got it. It's a parlay. So Stars and Senators to win. That does pay back $378. Tell us about it.
All right, well, like Tony said, we're going to start with the Dallas Stars. I mean, this is a Dallas team that's running out of chances to catch Nashville for one of the last playoff spots that are up for grabs in the NHL right now. They have to almost win out to be able to catch Nashville, who have a couple points ahead of them, the Stars, and they have, I believe, a game in hand as well. So, you look at the Stars right now, they're catching the Panthers in a vulnerable spot. They're missing Carter Verhaeghe as one of their top goal scorers, as well as Patrick Hornqvist, as well as Chris Driedger, who you could argue has been the better goaltender for the Panthers this season. They're starting Spencer Knight in goal as a third-string backup tonight. I think just with the Panthers starting a third-string goalie against a desperate Stars team, I know, Tony, you say it's just because you need the game, that doesn't mean you're going to win it, but I think the Stars are going to be able to catch the Panthers here. In a bit of a weak spot, so I like the Stars for plus money as the first part of the parlay.
All right, first part parlay. Now let's go ahead and look at part 2. And
now part 2, we're gonna come out to my neck of the woods. We're gonna go with the Ottawa Senators as well. The Winnipeg Jets have been the better team of the course of the season, and they've been pretty much money on the road this season. But now look at where the Jets are. They're falling apart at the wrong time of the season. They've lost 6 in a row. First 3 losses of that losing streak came with Nikolai Ehlers, in the lineup, and now he's injured. So you're starting to see the offense sort of fall apart. Over the 6-game losing streak, Winnipeg's been outscored 26-9. And now they're going to be starting Laurent Brossoit in net in place of Connor Hellebuck in goal. It doesn't, this line it tells us where we need to go with this one, because the Senators, they've won 6 of their last 8 games, which is, odd for the Senators considering they've been one of the league's doormats over the last few years. But they played well at home this season. They've been, playing really, really well in the offensive end, a top 10 market expected goals for. I just think there's too much value here to pass up with the Senators, who played their best hockey on home ice. So that's where we're going to parlay this up. We're going to parlay up the Stars and the Senators on the money line. We're almost going to get 4 times our money on the parlay.
All right, nice parlay there, Stars and Senators. Let me just ask you a question here in these 2 games. What are any type of playoff implications in either one of them?
Well, the Winnipeg Jets are basically trying to get their momentum back right now, because they're for all intents and purposes, they're in. It's just a matter of where they're going to play. And they want to lock up that number 2 seed to at least get a home ice advantage, at least for one round of the playoffs. They're still chasing Toronto for that number 1 seed. But the heavier playoff implications, like I said, are in that Dallas Stars game, where the Stars basically have to win out to try to have any hope of catching Nashville. And, for a Dallas Stars team that was a Stanley Cup finalist last year, to not make the playoffs would almost be unthinkable for this team. So I think that Dallas, we're going to see a sense of urgency, kind of like I'm not trying to go off on a tangent, but like what we've seen with the St. Louis Blues, who won the Cup 2 years ago, and they almost missed the playoffs this season after a really, really bad start. So I think you see a sense of urgency from the Stars tonight. Like I said, we take advantage of the Panthers resting some guys and having some injuries, and I think we're getting a nice price on the Stars in that regard.
All right, first leg of the parlay here, Winnipeg, Ottawa here, 7 Eastern time is the start, and get on board here with that, as we're looking here for the start time on that Dallas game. I'm trying to see where we can find it.
I believe it's either 7 or 8 o'clock Eastern.
All right, so we got early games here. That's right, we got the early games. They're both 7 Eastern time, guys, so get on board before the top of the hour. Nearly 4-1 here with Senators Stars on moneyline parlay. All right, Chris, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. Well, we've got a lot of NBA, a lot of hockey up there on the board. So what do you have going on over at the site?
Well, tonight I got a Multi-Sport Monday 3-pack for the MLB and NHL, as well as a 5-pack Moneyball Monday package for the NBA. Guys, those are going to be $30, $35 respectively for an extra $15. Toss that in, you get an extra 2 days worth of plays for my 3-day package, as well as 7-day or 30-day packages are also there. I've still got season passes, for playoff passes for the NHL and NBA. I gave you a 2-leg parlay tonight, and those weren't even on my premium list. So you can imagine how much I love the NHL plays that I'm going to have up there over the next week or so and heading into the playoffs. We're going to talk about the 2-for-1 capper deal. Pair me up with anyone. It doesn't even have to be with anyone on the show. We have guys on the show tonight, but anyone on the web on Pick Dogs. Going to put some money in your pockets. Got the YouTube Premium as well, guys. You get tons of opportunities at Pick Dogs. Make me a part of them. Let's go check it out, and we'll put some money in your pockets.
That's right, guys. Get on board here with Chris Ruffolo over at Pick Dogs Premium. Get on board with the long-term pass for that 1-day pass tonight. Of course, the 3, 7, and 30-day pass is your best value there at Pick Dogs Premium. Get every play that Chris releases on the site. You set the terms when you make the purchase over at the site. Of course, you can add another capper and save even more money on a 2-for-1 capper special. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Joined with Chris Ruffolo. Now it's time to bring in Ninos. You'll find him over at Pick Dogs Premium, where he's number 1 in the NHL document for this season. Al, how's it going?
Going good. How are you?
Doing great. All right, Al, looking late night action here. Canucks to host the Oilers. Oilers favored on the road, $2. Total sits at 6.
Yeah, it should be a pretty good matchup. Oilers 3-2 in this season series, and they will be looking for their payback after losing the last one 2-1. That being said, Braden Holtby hasn't been too bad lately, but he did play his good games against the Senators. He'll be facing a much more talented team today with a more efficient offense, and he also did allow 4 goals to Toronto in his last start. Vancouver was already banged up. Now they are also placed Jake Virtanen on leave for some off-ice drama. So, yeah, I really like the Oilers in this spot. I think they've just been the better team, having a much better season. And I think the good spot for them to get their payback, get another win. You can take them on the puck line if you want some plus money. I always like when it's a reasonable price to cover that with a little bet on the money line as well. You could get it the -1 line here at around -130 if you rather lay that. If you don't want to lay any juice, obviously just take the puck line. I think they should win pretty big here.
All right, now Ninos here at Edmonton Oilers on the puck line, -1.5 goals, +120 against the Canucks. All right, Chris, so I'll just look over the past 5 games here. Looking at the Canucks defensively, get up nearly 4 goals a game. Oilers just 2.
Yeah, I think that's where the difference is going to be. Vancouver, on top of Virtanen, probably going to be future endeavored in a couple days on that off-ice issues. But on top of that, I think we're starting to see the COVID stoppage and sort of the schedule backup that Vancouver was going to have. I think we're starting to see it take effect with the Canucks. They're exhausted. You can see they're just playing out the string. Edmonton, I think they're a couple wins away from locking up a home ice advantage in that first round series against Winnipeg in the first round of the postseason. So I think this is an advantage spot for the Oilers. They're going to want to take it to chance. I like the Oilers here at -1.5 as well.
All right, playoff position here as we get close to the end of the regular season here in the NHL. Agreement here, Oilers puck line -1.5 goals at +120 against the Vancouver Canucks, trying to make up games and, as you said, getting really winded. All right, Al, let's take a look over at Pick Dog Stream tonight, where you sit number 1 in the NHL season date. We got a lot of hockey, some NBA and baseball, over 11 units in 2021. Over 1,000 units of profit in hockey. What you have going on over at the site?
Yeah, we dropped a couple of units over the weekend. A lot of tough, close games. But yeah, I'm definitely planning to make up for that today. I do have a lot of NHL plays out. I have a 5-pack in the NHL, so I have a 7-pack with my best NBA and MLB play thrown on top of those. So yeah, all great plays. I think the NBA is starting to make a little more sense now. It's not as bad as the start of the season, so heating up at the right time and hoping to finish strong in the playoffs. And obviously want to finish this NHL season strong. So yeah, grab the NHL season pass, the long-term pass for all my sports. Or obviously the best deal would be the 2-for-1 cappers. Go with a hot capper. Go with look for the top of the leaderboards in each sport. Go for which sport you like. However you want to pair us up, go for it. It's always a great deal.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Al Ninos over at Pick Dog Stream. You see the numbers, 11 units of profit in 2021 NHL, document number 1 at the side. He has an NHL end of the season regular pass. Of course, it also covers the postseason, so you get every play until they crown a Stanley Cup champion at a low price, $300. It's great value there over at Pick Dog Stream. Or if you want to try him out for one day, do that, and then make the upgrade to a long-term pass. Of course, he's got a 3, 7, and 30 all sports pass that will include every play he releases for that period of time. Check out Ninos' profile page up over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a good night. We'll talk tomorrow.
Always a pleasure being here. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, guys. Have a good one.
All right, Al Ninos here on the drive-thru. He'll stick around here as we do the recap. By the way, keep those thumbs up, those likes coming in. At the end of the show, we're going to recap every single play, so stay tuned. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Now it's time for yours truly to come in with my pick, and let's go ahead and bring up the game information. It will be from the NBA's tonight matchup as the Grizzlies host the Knicks at 9 Eastern time. This one will be on NBA League Pass channel. Grizzlies laying 3.5, the total 220.5. I'm going to continue with this, go with this New York Knicks train. I'm not going to get in front of them. 3.5. Listen, the Knicks will be on a back-to-back. They've been in back-to-backs before, and they've covered games. They got to come off a 25-point win against Houston, and of course, to begin this road trip. New York now has covered 14 of their past 15. Memphis coming off a bad loss to Orlando. Did you know they had Morant, Valanciunas, and Jackson Jr. both in the lineup for that game? Look at their past 5 games. Grizzlies struggling shooting the basketball, just 42%, just over 29% from 3. Look at the Knicks' current shooting form, nearly 52% from the floor, 49% from the three-point line. That's amazing here. That 15-game period with the Knicks, they sit number 1 in offensive efficiency, about 119 points per 100. There's number 2 on the defensive side. When you look at the net rating between these teams in that period, plus 11.3 for New York, plus 0.06 for Memphis. A big variance here. I'm going to take the underdog Knicks here at plus 3.5, Chris.
And Tony, I can't disagree with you. I mean, I always talk about the number ones that you see besides the rankings in the Knicks for the defensive ranks. But now the offense is starting to catch up as well. Look at the last 5 games, like we always talk about, 120 points per game plus for the Knicks. The Grizzlies, like you said, 105 points per game. I'm not saying it's going to be a blowout by any means, but I'm just saying the offense advantage is going to the Knicks here. The defense advantage surely goes to the Knicks. I don't see that any way we don't get a cover here, if not an outright victory.
Yeah, and of course they played a patchwork lineup against Christian Wood in Houston last night, so I don't think they ever pushed that hard here. So Knicks here plus 3.5 against the Memphis Grizzlies, and this one you could watch over on NBA League Pass channel at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Guys, I have a 3-pack going on over at Pick Dogs Premium. Check me out there. You can also go long-term 3-7-30. I'm also part of that 2-for-1 capper special. You can pair me up with Chris Ruffolo, with Mitch, with Ninos, with James Clark, who's number 1 in the NBA. So check me out there. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Let's take a look at the picks for today's show as it's now time for our recap segment. All right, Ninos will join us as he does Mondays. We start with Brian. He was on the Phillies minus 110 against the Brewers. Damian Sosh, Rays run line. Note the pitching change here. Quintana in, Ohtani out. Rays run line minus 1.5 runs, minus 105 against the Angels. Jovan Spurs plus 7.5 against the Jazz. Trey Flyers Penguins over 6.5. Ty was on the Hawks minus 2.5 against the Trailblazers. Chris, here's your money line parlay. Both teams to win, Stars and Senators to win the money line parlay plus 378. Ninos, Oilers the puck line minus 1.5 goals plus 120 against the Canucks. Yours truly was on the Knicks plus 3.5 against the Grizzlies. We'll start with Chris. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Well, Tony, I got to keep it on the host panel. I got to go with you in the Knicks on the plus 3.5. I think we got a chance with them on the money line as well.
All right, Chris liking maybe the money line with the Knicks. All right, let's go to Al. Al, other than yours, which one do you like the best?
Yeah, that would be my favorite too. I'll go Knicks plus 3.5.
All right, agreement there. Again, I'm going to go with the Hawks here with Ty minus 2.5. I just think the schedule catches up to Portland here. I think it's a tough spot for them in the way and 2 sets of back-to-backs on this road trip. 5th game in 7 days. It's a lot. I think you got the Hawks with rest advantage. I'll look at them. And they're also battling Boston there for playoff position as well. All right, guys, that'll do it for another edition here of The Drive-Thru. Tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We do it all over again. We'll have a full book on the show, 8 cappers, giving out live free sports picks for the primetime games. And don't forget, it gets started every single day at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time with the morning show. It's Mitch, it's Rod Zawacki, it's Brian Bitler. Of course, we just introduced a new YouTube show with the Late Money Show. Check the link below for information there and sign up for the YouTube Premium. That's great value. All right, let's bring in the cappers from tonight. Let's give out a nice wave. Good night. Good night to everyone, and we'll talk with you guys tomorrow